Good morning, everyone. In our last class, we have studied few of the queries and few features like how exists, having clauses work. So today we shall see the three important commands in SQL in order to modify the data present in the database. So those three commands include insert, delete, and update. So we have already discussed and familiarized ourselves with insert and delete commands as part of our laboratory sessions. So we shall see different varieties of them and also the very important update command. So insert command is used to add one or more rows into the table. So while inserting the data, so we must specify the values for the attributes in the same order in which we defined the table creation command. So if we have specified USN in the beginning, name as the second one, then mobile number as the third attribute, in the same order we must supply the values. So how to change the order, what if we want to change it, and how to specify the insert command, we shall see with an example. So a simple insert command for the employee table will look like this. So insert into employee values. So within a single quote, so a single quote indicates it is a character or variable character data type. So name, last name, middle name, then followed by the SSN, date of birth, address. So all those things are supplied over here. So in this particular example, all the attribute values for employee are inserted over here. So we have other forms of insert statement where we will explicitly write the attribute name that corresponds to the new tuples. And if we want to insert the null values for any of the attributes, then we can leave them. So for example, here look at insertion of a tuple for a new employee for whom we know only his first name, last name and SSN attributes. So only three attributes are known to us. So the remaining attributes will have null values. So for such cases, what we will write is insert into employee. So you can observe over here. So we have written the attribute names explicitly, the three attributes, first name, last name and SSN. So only three are present. Values followed by first name Richard, then the last name this one Marni, and SSN value is written over here. And all other attribute values will be initialized to null value. So only three are present. So the difference between this particular insert statement and this one is here after this table name we have not listed the attributes. If we don't list the attribute names, by default it will take the list that is present in the table, that is in the creation of the table, whatever attributes we have mentioned. So all those attributes in the order in which we defined them will be listed over here if we don't specify them. By default it will be done. If we want to change the order, so that's why in the beginning I told we cannot change the order, and if you want to change it we have to explicitly list them. Suppose if I want to write SSN in the beginning, so then I can write the insert command like this. So like So insert into, then followed by employee, and within the braces, so first I should write the SSN, then the first name. So that is the first name, then last name. So this order we must specify. Then followed by the normal keyword value. So that is values, followed by the values. So the SSN value 1 2 3 4 5 6, then followed by the first name, and then the last name. So those things can be specified like this. So if we want to change the order, then we must write the order in which we are supplying the attributes, so that the query processing unit of the database softwares will get to know in what order we are writing the attributes. So this is one variety of insert statement. So we have only constraints which are specified in DDL commands are enforced by the DBMS. So when we update the data in the database, so DDL commands means the one which we write using create table statement and alter table statements. So only those rules which we write in alter table statements or create table statements will be enforced whenever we want to insert, delete or update the data in the database. So another example of this insert statement, suppose if we want to create a temporary table or any table, and for that table we want to put the values from another table, then we can create, for example, look at the example here. So a temporary table is created over here, that is create table department information with three attributes, that is the name of the department, number of employees and the total salary of the department. So a table is created with the required data type. So in order to insert the data into this particular table, we can utilize the queries. So which means automatically from one table or from a query result will be inserted into one table. So whenever we write the queries, it will display the output, but that is not stored anywhere. So instead, we can create a table and store the result also. So this is another variety of insert statement where we will write like this. So insert into department info followed by the attribute values. Then instead of passing the keyword values over here, so we can write the query. So values we will not write. Select department name, count of star will give the number of employees, then sum of salary will give the sum or total salary of all the employees of that particular department from department table and employee, and we will group it based on the department number. This is the condition. So this query we have already discussed. So this particular query will return the three values, that is the name of the department, number of employees and sum of the salaries. So this will be inserted into this department info table. So if we have uh, three departments in our database, then three entries will be made. So an example would look like this. So department number one, anyway department name we have considered, so one having 20 employees, then followed by the salary amount, oh, let us assume 1 lakh, then department number 2 35 with 20 lakhs total salary, our department number 3 with 5 employees with 50 lakh salary. So like this, the result will be written from this particular query, and whatever the result is written from this particular query, so that will be inserted into the department's info table. So for insertion, we can either explicitly specify the rows of the table, or we can specify a query from which or from whose result the data is going to be inserted into the table. So next, a delete operation. So delete operation is used to delete the rows from the particular table. So this also includes a where clause where the condition we have to specify which row we have to delete. So that condition has to be specified. If we don't specify the condition, then all the rows in the table will be deleted. So while deleting the data also, the referential integrity will be enforced. So the referential integrity constraint uh, comes into picture when we have a foreign key relationship. So at the time of table creation, so we will be specifying what happens if a row is deleted which is being referred by another table. So then we would have written on cascade or on cascade set null, on cascade delete, on cascade default. So all those things. So whatever we have specified, according to that, the data can be modified in the uh, child table also. So the number of tuples deleted depends on the number of tuples in the relation that satisfy the where condition. So just like select command, so the delete command will select all the rows and then delete all of them. So the only difference is uh, in select command the rows will be displayed to us. In delete command, the rows instead of displaying they will be deleted. So an example of this is delete from employee where employee last name is Brown. So if we have 10 employees with the last name Brown, then all the 10 employees will be deleted. Or if we don't have any employee, then with last name Brown, then 0 rows will be deleted and it doesn't return any error messages. Then delete from employee where SSN is equal to this. So then one employee will be deleted because SSN is unique. So now delete from employee where department number in, select department number from department where department name is research, which means here the department number selected is the research. So all the employees from the research department will be deleted over here. So if there are 100 employees in the research department, and then all the 100 will be deleted, because here the deletion is based on the D number condition, like this. So in where class, just like our select commands, uh, any condition can be written. It can be nested queries also, or correlated nested query. So anything can be written over here. Then delete from employee. So this particular command will delete all the employees from our table because there is no where class. So if where class is not written, so by default the query processor will consider the where clause as where one, which means it's always true. So these are the varieties of delete statements. So next is the update command. So update command is used to modify the values of the attributes of one tuple or more than one tuple. So here also we have to use where class to select the tuples whose value we want to modify. So if we don't specify where class, then all the tuples in the table values gets updated. So each command modifies tuple in the same relation. So while updating the value, referential integrity as well as both the primary keys and unique key will be enforced. So example, change the location and controlling department number of project number 10 to some this location, Bangalore, and then so this is Bangalore. Okay, so change the location and controlling department number of project number 10 to Bangalore and 5 respectively, which means um, whatever is the project location and the department number, we have to change of a project number 10. So now, so update the table name is project, set project location is equal to Bangalore and comma department number is equal to 5 where project number is 10. So this is being asked in the question. So if we want to update multiple attributes, then we have to separate them with a comma, and the condition is written in the where clause. So now what happens? The location will be set to Bangalore and department number will be set to 5 where the condition is project number is 10. So the project with number 10, its location and department number will be modified. So this is the simple update command. So in where condition, so it can be complex, so it can contain nested as well as correlated queries. So next, another example, give all employees in research department a 10% rise in salary. So 10% salary should be changed. So in normal programming terminology, we would have written the salary is equal to salary into 10%. So 10% means it is 1.1. So it's equal to old salary plus 10% means 10 by 100 of salary, like this. So the simplified formula is salary into 1.1. So in order to change the salary of all the employees, so give all employees in research department. So again, the condition mentioned over here is, so the employees should be in research department, a 10% rise in salary. So update employee, set salary is equal to salary star 1.1, that is salary multiplied with 1.1. So it's based on the formula where the condition is department number. In employee table, there is no department name. Here in our question, the department name is given, not the department number. So from this department name, we must extract its department number, where department number in, select department number from department table where department name is research. So this inner query is used to extract the department number of research department. So select department number from department where department name is research. So this will return the department number. So in turn, this department number will be utilized in this particular query and all the employee salaries will be increased by 10%. Suppose if we have two departments with the same name research, then both of their employees will get a salary increase of 10%. So because we have used denum in. So again, this is a value set in operator. So when this query is executed once, the salary is incremented 10 times based on 10%. So this is about the update command. Okay. So today we discussed insert, delete, and update command. So while deletion also, it is all three of them are similar to the select commands, because we can write the conditions uh, however we want inside the where class. So it will be similar to select, but the only thing is in select command, it will be displayed on the screen. Insert, the values will be inserted into the table. A delete command, the selected values will be deleted, whereas in update, for all those rows, some attribute values will be modified. While modification also, the constraints will be verified. For example, if I want to change the USN of a student, so after change of taking change of branch, so the students USN will get changed. So such commands can be written using update one. So it will be like this. So update student set USN is equal to new USN value will be written over here. So that is 4JN 18CS 132, like this. So this entire is one. Set USN is equal to this, where in the where condition we must write the old USN. So where old USN, for example, if we believe this change is being taken from say mechanical, then this will be our command. So update student set USN is equal to this value, where old USN is this. So now the USN of a student is modified. While modifying the USN also, the software will verify whether this USN already exists or not. So if it exists, then this update operation will fail. So if it doesn't exist, then only the update command will be successful. So these are the three concepts. So we shall stop here for today's class. So from next class onwards, so we shall start a new concept. So you can enter your attendance in the chat window and exit for today's class.